Perspective of leadership. The leader as mobilizer. Let's talk about the leader as mobilizer. A leader who faces difficult situations and at the end achieves good results. May I introduce to you Charlie May Knight. When Charlie May Knight was appointed new superintendent for the Ravenwood School District, she was the 12th superintendent in 10 years. She encountered a district in which 50% of the schools were closed and 98% of the children were performing in the lowest percentile for academic achievement in California. The district has the state's lowest revenue rate. There were buckets in classrooms to catch rain leaking to a decrepit roof. The stench from the restrooms was overwhelming. Homeless organizations were operating out of school sites, and pilfering was rampant. Gophers and rats had begun to take over the facilities. As if these weren't challenging enough, Knight had to wrestle with a lawsuit that had gone on for 10 years, whose intent was to dissolve the district for its poor educational quality and force the children to transfer to schools outside of their community. These challenges would discourage almost everyone, but not Knight. After assuming the post, she immediately enlisted support from Bay Area companies and community foundations to obtain the badly needed resources. The first project she undertook was refurbishing the Golden Oaks School. Volunteer engineers from nearby Raycom Corporation repaired the electrical wiring and phone systems. A volunteer rat patrol used pellet guns to eliminate the pesky rodents from the site. The community helped paint the building inside and out, and hardware stores donated supplies. Before too long, local residents began calling to find out what color paint was used for the school so that they could paint their houses in a matching shade. They went out and bought trees and sod and planted them in front of their homes. New leadership came forth from parents who began to demand more of a say. In response, an Efforts Ours program for parents was set up so that they could volunteer time at the school. Teachers began to notice that something was happening and they wanted to be part of it too. The district was on a roll. Within 2 years of Knight's arrival, the children exceeded the goal of performing in the 51st percentile on academic achievement scores. In 1995, one of the district schools climbed to the 68th percentile, miles above the first percentile where it started. The district has one of the first schools in the state to use technology in every discipline, outdistancing every school in California technologically, and it has the first elementary school to join the internet. The lawsuit has been dropped, revenues are up, and for the first time ever, East Palo Alto received the state's Distinguished School Award based on its improved test scores and innovative programs. If your association is going to have a future, let alone thrive in one, learn a few things from Charlie May Knight about what it takes to clean up spirit polluting cynicism and transform it into hope. Now let us prepare for a breakout session. Divide into 5 groups. I hope you have copies of the reading selection provided to you per group. You need to select a leader per group to guide the discussion, and then answer the guide question per group within 15 minutes. The leader shall report on group answers to guide questions within 3 minutes. Now, the first question is for group number 1. As superintendent of a school district, what challenges confronted Charlie May Knight when she first arrived at the district? Make a list of these challenges. Group 1. For group 2, this is your question. What were the most pressing issues that should be prioritized? Why? For group 3, who helped Charlie May Knight in taking on the challenges? Make a list of persons and groups who assisted her in the district. That's for group 3. For group 4, your question is, what specific resources were needed to resolve all the issues? For group 5, what accountabilities of a superintendent of a district of schools can be inferred from the selection? And for all groups, what leadership traits made Knight reach her goals for the district? Your breakout session starts now. After we have been inspired by Charlie May Knight, let us be reminded of some important notes on leadership. There is no one set of leadership skills that determine the effectiveness of a leader in every situation. A person may be unsuccessful using one leadership behavior, but quite successful in another. Second, the difference between effective leadership styles often does not refer to a specific behavior of the leader, but the appropriateness of such behavior to the situation in which it is used. So, please remember appropriateness of that behavior. Next, the values of a leader must be compatible with the values of the environment, whether it's a working environment, it's a business environment, or a social environment. Next, to lead effectively, leaders need an honest and accurate understanding of the prevailing situation and must be flexible to choose which components of successful leadership to follow. The characteristics of successful leaders. Successful leaders are people of vision. They are effective communicators. They are effective decision makers. They respect and value individuals and their dignity. They are committed to service. They are honest, and they see themselves as teachers. Before I give you the template for minutes of local association regular meetings, let me leave a reminder for you first. Live a life worthy of your calling. Go where you have never been. Begin what you have never done. Learn to wait for what you cannot have. Be willing to take the next step. So let me share with you a template of YWCA minutes of regular meetings that you can use for your local association's regular monthly meeting. Of course, you have the date, the place, and who are in attendance. Of course, the officers and the members. Be sure to place the names of those who have attended and those who have been missed or absent from the meeting. Next. You need to have an inspirational because the YWCA is a Christian association. There should always be a scripture reading and prayer to be led by one of the officers. So in your minutes, it says there, the scripture reading and prayer was led by Miss. All right. So number 1, in the minutes, call to order. An example of the sentence, the meeting was called to order at this time and presided by the president of the local association. Number 2, in the minutes, determination of quorum. The sentence, there was a quorum considering all voting officers were present. Or there was a quorum considering that majority of the voting officers were present. Third, in the minutes, approval of the agenda. Example, upon motion duly seconded, the agenda items were approved. Number 4, approval of the minutes of previous meeting. Upon motion duly seconded, the minutes of previous meeting were approved as corrected. Number 5, business arising from the minutes. For example, there was a report from the treasurer. So the sentence, the Miss Treasurer of the local association informed the board that she already bought the needed supplies for the gardening that was approved by the board during the last meeting. This is just an example. Number 6, report of the committee chairs or officers. An example of the sentence, the chair of membership committee reported that 5 additional members joined the local association and paid their membership fees. These new members are, and you can place there the names. 7, new business. The board members are supposed to make some decisions, and the decisions made are placed as the sentences in the new business. If there is only one decision made, only one sentence about the decision will be placed here under new business. Or if there is no decision, but discussions were made, the secretary, can also include a sentence on the discussion of the matter in the new business. Number 8, other matters, additional agenda, or there may be an announcement from a committee chair or from the presiding officer. Very important, adjournment. What time was the meeting adjourned? The meeting was adjourned at 11:30 a.m. or shortly before lunch. Who prepared the minutes? minutes prepared by the secretary and attested by the president of the local association. There you are. I hope you can use this template for the minutes of your regular meetings. Thank you very much and God bless. Bye.